Welcome back, everyone. Bethany Retirement Living Services are personalized for your loved one's needs and evolve as they do, making it the best level of care.
Join us this morning, our advanced care planning facilitators, Tiffany Hestelin, hopefully I got that right, and Tara Copley. To both of you, good morning. Great to have you here.
Yeah, thank you. You got it right.
I loved your comment. Anyway, so advanced care planning, we were talking about that off the air. I don't even know what that is, so if you can explain that, that would be great.
We kind of talked about that too. The easiest way to explain it, it's kind of planning for you and your family. So you're thinking about medical decisions before they happen, being proactive, kind of putting it down to paper so that it takes a lot of the stress off your family making those decisions in like an emergent situation, and you can't really make those decisions for yourself.
When should you start this discussion?
The earlier the better, really. I mean, there's, when you can put those plans and then you can review them over time, that really helps your family members.
I have my advance directive already put in place, and so does my husband, on purpose, so that there isn't that question when it comes to be. So, and we're younger, we have small children, so.
Is that something that Bethany helps you with, or you sit down with an attorney, or?
You can do both. Yep, Bethany, we definitely sit down and help our residents with their family members, and it takes, it can take quite a few sessions to get those wishes down, because they're difficult decisions that need to be made, and the more conversations that you have with your loved ones, the better.
So you say with your loved ones, who really should be involved? Can you have too many people or not enough people?
No, I mean, you can have the more the better, so that, if there's multiple siblings or the dynamics there, it's helpful for everybody to know the wishes so that they could be.
Historically, we set it up to have one agent person so that they're your decision maker and your helper on that, but everyone else to hear that conversation, so it's not a surprise and everyone's on the same page.
It's hard to believe it if you don't hear it and if you weren't part of it. I guess that makes sense. So how do you make it official once you start that process?
At Bethany, we have notaries on site, so if the paperwork is drawn up at Bethany, the notaries can notarize it right then and there. Otherwise, if they start it with an attorney, they would have the attorney.
Okay, and then back up, and once again, what just are the benefits of having this all in place then?
We've seen just a huge reduction in stress on the families, because now they don't have to make that emergent decision of what would mom or dad or your husband or wife really want for you. Then it makes it a lot easier in a conversation, and everyone's kind of on the same page, so it is.
And I think we all sort of evolve through life, so if I change my mind at some point, I can go in and just change it.
Absolutely.
And so what were some of the decisions that, for example, you said you put one together, what are some of the more tough decisions that a person's faced with?
For me, I have a nursing background, so a lot of the medical things that I would want or not want, I'm fairly young, so I would want, pretty advanced medical options until a timeline, and I set a timeline for that so that my husband wouldn't have to guess if I was on full life support, how long would I go and how long would I wait, and those types of decisions too. So you can make it as extreme as saying I want all of these items, or as open to say I would rather, if something happened, you let me be.
And so you put a specific timeline?
I did, yeah.
Like weeks or months? Or
yeah, I set mine up for 3 months. So if I was on full life support for 3 months, I don't want it to burden my family after so long. So yeah, I set it up that way.
And Chris kind of touched on this, but you can review this and change this. Do you see that with people? And is there a time like after 5 years or 10 years or 2 years?
So really they kind of say there's 5 Ds where you can review them. So like the death of a loved one, or a divorce, or every decade, a decline in status, or a new diagnosis. So anytime something like that happens, it's a good time to review those to make sure that the wishes are still current, or the correct person is still the healthcare agent, and things like that.
Yeah,
and how long of a process is it? Like, it takes me a few weeks to figure this out, a few months, or?
Everybody's a little different. Usually for us, so we meet as a care team, which would be your nurse manager team, social workers, dietitians, things like that at Bethany. And we visit pretty extensively about, any disease processes, things that they are questioning. And then from there, you might have to have a few more conversations with whoever your healthcare agent is, because that's where it starts to get into some of those really difficult decisions as a team. But I would probably say a few sessions.
Okay, and before you guys go, how do people get a hold of you then if they just would like to go to the experts there at Bethany?
They can just ask for us.
Call the main line and certainly ask for either one of us would be fine. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much
Thank you for having me.
Ask about advanced care planning and so many other things that you guys do as well.
Yes.
Thank you guys for
Thank
coming
you
in
so
today.
much.
Thank you.
Coming up on North Dakota Today, ever heard of Green Monday? It's happening today. We'll explain what it is.